Hi everyone, I've got here the Upanishads, and I really believe this book has a lot of wisdom and messages. So I'm going to use it as a divination tool and pull out a random page to read a verse for us, and I will also help you understand what it means to the best of my ability. But heads up, I am not a scholar in the Hindu texts or the ancient texts of any kind. Okay, so my understanding is this conversation is happening between Yama and Nachiketas. This really summarizes everything, this verse here. What man dwelling on the decaying mortal plane, having approached the undecaying immortal one, and having reflected upon the nature of enjoyment through beauty and sense pleasure, would delight in a long life. He's talking about those people who realize God, who realize the immortal one. And once they do not find pleasures anymore in sense objects or things of beauty or pleasure, because they have experienced the immortal one, if that makes sense. And that makes them dwell on their own immortality. It makes them maybe think that they're just approaching death at the end of the day and they're decaying by the hour. I know, kind of grim, but it's Hindu philosophy. What are you gonna do? I love this here. Men cannot be satisfied by wealth. Look, this is really strong, because we know when people say things like money can buy happiness, what they're really talking about is the fact that even when we become rich and we acquire everything, it's simply us satisfying the senses and our desires and pleasures of the flesh and of the dunya. But the soul, it craves something more. It craves and longs for something bigger. In other words, it longs for its maker. It longs for connecting to its source, its creator, the immortal one. So beautiful. Shall we possess wealth when we see the death? He's thinking about how his life will eventually lead to one outcome, and that is death. So he sees no value to life, you know what I mean? He's saying, shall we continue to live as long as you rule? Because at the end of the day, death is inevitable, and he's aware of that. That was beautiful and deeply made me reflect on the fickle nature of life itself and how every moment we're fleeting and decaying and reaching the inevitable, which is death. Maybe we should take a moment to detach from material wealth and the pursuit of it and try to feel more and more connected to that which is immortal in us, the aspect of God in us, the aspect of the immortal one in us, which is the immortalness of us, that is the soul. Very similar to many concepts of the Gita as well. It makes you really think, you know. What I love about Hindu philosophy is that it gives you an existential crisis. No matter how good your life is, it reminds you that it's temporary and that you need not become overly attached or engrossed in it. So that was the message. I hope it was of benefit to you. I personally loved doing this, and I'm gonna keep doing more of these in the future. If you're interested in this type of content, follow me. And even if you're not interested in this kind of content, you should follow me, because look at this. Look at this haircut. Look at these earrings. I'm just kidding. Look at me dwelling in the pleasures of the senses, doing the exact opposite of what we were discussing. But anyway, look, follow me. If not for my content, then for my personality. I promise you'll get something good out of it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.